Greetings to all on the other side of the screen. I'm the Overly Positive Fanboy, and this is Overly Positive Vlogs, where I give my unfiltered thoughts on the latest TV. And this time it's the Beaker Girls, episode 2, Fakey Beaker. Jess is being cyberbullied, and the source of the videos may be closer than she realised. So yeah, obviously this is an episode that touches on some difficult subject matter for young kids. The prospect of being bullied on the internet from an anonymous source you can't figure out. And it especially touches a nerve if you're 12 and you're basically being teased for seeming babyish or childish. And yeah, Jess's main conflict in this episode is an image crisis, where she keeps trying to make herself seem older and cooler. And it just ultimately doesn't really fit with her. Plus, you know, she's trying to keep Tracy out of the loop because she doesn't really want Tracy to get involved and just barge in and potentially make things worse. But hey, at least Jordan's on hand to lend a supportive shoulder. And Patience. Nice to see her getting a larger role this time, after being pretty much absent in the premiere. She also gets some tech support from her step-sister, Asha. But while she does begin to suspect that bitchy girl from the community centre, Saren, Mrs. Cook's niece, it ultimately transpires that it wasn't actually her. And that's when things get really messed up, because Asha determines that the video was originally posted from out of town, specifically the town Jess used to live in, which makes her suspect that Tyrone, her old best friend, might be the one who was actually responsible for this in the first place. So yeah, that drives a wedge between the two of them, and yeah, obviously that's not fun to see, considering how close they were before. Yeah, gotta admit, it was kind of clever to see just how Jordan was able to ultimately figure out who did it, by recognizing the melody of all things in the video. But yeah, it turns out the person who was actually sending the cyberbullying videos was Asha, who was doing it out of some sort of insecurity regarding, you know, fathers and stepfathers already having children from previous marriages, and your biological dad's being dead, all that stuff. I don't know if it makes her sympathetic enough to be forgiven, but you do at least understand where she's coming from once she explains why she did it. But yeah, that issue of forgiveness is going to be a difficult one, as it seems like that's going to be a big focus next week. Yeah, also Tracy gets a fun subplot in this episode, basically positioning herself as a drama coach in the community centre, and things get a bit out of hand. Also, loved the reference to starring Tracy Beaker, the third of the original books, which was also never actually adapted to the screen, making this mention another Sean Godfrey instance where they acknowledged stuff that never actually made it to TV as if it actually happened. So yeah, that was the second episode of The Beaker Girls, and I quite liked it. Yeah, seems like things are definitely going to kick off next week, and I look forward to that. Well, that's all folks, and remember, it can be a harsh world out there, so let's try and make things a bit more positive, shall we?